Hey everyone, my name is chaoticwolph and welcome back to Hiveswap Friendsim. The friendshipping was a little delayed because, I don't know, Steam related stuff, but we're back in business and we got 2 more new trolls to befriend, so let's get started on the befriending. Volume 11 of Pals and Promises Made and Broken. Exciting. Another night, another long walk. Despite the blisters, you have started to feel truly optimistic. You got a lot going for you these days. True, you're still technically a castaway on a hostile planet with absolutely no hope of rescue. Does my character even want to be rescued? Because it doesn't feel like that anymore. But if you're completely honest, Earth was pretty shitty too. Sure, 98% of everyone here is a psychopath who would rip your face off as soon as look at you, but it's the other 2% that are really gonna make it all worth it. Yep, that small 2%. What's with all these knives? What's happening here? That's cynical. I meant sinister. Why did I say cynical? Okay, yeah, anyway. Mallek Adalov Lynera Skalbi. I'm gonna go with a Malik here first because Lianara looks like she wants to scalp me, that's for sure. And maybe you're pushing your luck at this point. A reasonable person would just hit up one of their many new friends and find a place to crash. But the night is young, so to speak, and you have a good feeling about this particular desolate stretch of road. You're just wondering where you should hide out for the day when a long car pulls up next to you on the street. You hunch your shoulders and keep walking, hoping they're just here for the scenery. But you are literally the scenery here, so when the back door opens and 2 trolls lumber toward you, you can't say you're surprised. Did I just get kidnapped? I got troll-napped. You are a little surprised when they each grab hold of one of your arms and drag you into the car. Up until now, you have found trolls to be surprisingly chatty. You're expecting the assault and ask questions later approach. The car takes off before you have time to catch your breath. You will never catch that breath. It's blocks behind you now. It's loose. And here you are without your breath, face to face with a troll who's leaning back on his bench seat. Just straight chillin'. Okay. The dome lights glints off his blue eyes and what someone less hip than you might describe as way too many piercings. He has them in his ears, nose, and eyebrow. He even has a couple in his horn. Did not know that was a thing you could do. His hair is shaved in a daring undercut and his teeth are sharp. Hey. What is this music? Oh, this is so rude. Hey yourself, asshole. Oh damn, some of your newfound self-confidence just bubbled out of you like spit up from an infant. This is gonna go bad fast. But instead of immediately murdering you, he looks you up and down, chucking you out in all your ragged glory. He smiles, slow and lazy. It does things to your guts. Friendship things. Friendship never sounded so dirty. His smile stretches wider, going slightly lopsided from his piercing. He looks like he likes what he sees, even if what he sees is you being a rude bitch. Fair. I did just get my boys to drag you off the street. I get how that equals a little not chill. What are you, a programmer? All these semicolons and equals. Sorry about all that. I'm Malik. Malik doesn't look too sorry, but you're distracted by one of his boys who is looking at you through a familiar pair of eyes hidden behind a fall of dark bangs. Oh my god, it's Damon! Hey, I was wondering if you remembered me. Remember, you doubt you'll ever forget even with extensive therapy, my very first buddy, right? Aw. Yeah, sorry about the cloak and laser bullshit. Just couldn't let anybody else get their fronds on you first. You know. Wow, he was looking for you? Like, specifically? For sure, dude. I've been following you. Really? You feel like you would have noticed someone like him. He doesn't exactly blend in. Malik holds up his palm husk with the Chitter app open. You recognize your own profile. Your follower count has gone up significantly since the last time you checked. I'm so popular now. Right? So everyone equal going on about this new Chitter account. Alien invasion of 1. Figure it... Okay, what's the equal supposed to mean? Figure it equals a publicity stunt or imperial propaganda? Uninteresting, not worth my time. But then I start thinking, what if it's not? If this genuinely equals an invasion, how the hell have they survived this long? The drones should have obliterated a cold-bait son of a bitch like you right away. That's literally what I said. Thanks for the compliments, guys. They should have taken your hornless head off Perigrees ago. They haven't. Why? Equals what I keep asking myself. Yeah, I don't know what the equals are supposed to be. Then I figured out how you must be doing it. Without meaning to, you lean toward him. Have you finally found someone who understands and appreciates just how terrific you are at friendship maneuvers? Who really gets your area of study? You're a robot. What? That's not what I was going for. Oh god damn it, not even close. But he's so obviously and evidently interested in you that, well, you tell a tiny little fib. It's the only fib available. I'm a robot. Hell yeah. Hey, this is kind of crazy. I didn't know you were a robot. Shh, demon. You're gonna blow my cover. Wow. Guess it makes sense though. You did have a sixth sense for meat and where to find it. Malik looks intrigued. Are you also a fellow meat lover, Malik? A meat tracker. That's interesting. Sure. You hope he doesn't try to test that functionality. You doubt you have another meat miracle in you. But all he does is keep giving you piercing looks in between texting furiously. Oh, what just happened? Then he snaps a photo of you. Oh no, he's not gonna post that in Chitter. Hashtag robot? You can't be a hashtag. Everyone will know you're lying and blow up your cover, not to mention your mentions. Don't worry about that. Social media gives me hives. I have a Gorgo alert set for certain combinations of words. Such as... After Zebra's place, you're kind of expecting another lavish palace. But when you get out of the car, you see that Malik isn't indigo. He's cerulean, like Elward and Remily and that one girl who kept boys in cages. Yeah, let's not talk about her. Also, you're starting to think people's hives have more to do with taste than caste. Amnesia had a homely little art studio, and Tagora had all those vases and shit. Before he leads you inside the apartment building, Malik turns to Demon and the other low blood and starts messing around on his palm house again. Nice job, guys. I'm rerouting a Scythian drone shipment as we speak. What, Treyev? Treyev? I'm sending you those DVDs you wanted. Who's Treyev? They'll be at your hive when you arrive. The bronze blood ruffian bows to Malik. He looks a little uncomfortable and pats him awkwardly on the arm. And Demon, I'll send your shit to that shrub you live in. Thanks, man. Are you guys like some kind of weird smugglers? You know my offer still stands. I got a couple extra coops if you get sick of living rough. Demon shrugs. Thanks, but I can't be tied down. Nice to see you again. Alright, bye dude. That was a weird encounter. You and Malik ride the elevator all the way to the top of the hive stem, and he leads you into a surprisingly tasteful loft apartment. But his place is not tasteful, look at all this gunk. Come on, my shit equal upstairs. Isn't the whole apartment his shit? Yeah, technically. Let's go upstairs though. Because it's actually clean. Okay, it's a little bit better, but not really that clean. He brings you up to a higher level that has a recuperacoon shoved against one wall and a couch shoved against another. But they are both after dots, so just an ungodly amount of computer shit. Also, what the hell is this? What is this picture? Right when you got here, you probably wouldn't have been able to tell that's what it was, but now you're used to Alternia's weird bug tech. Squishy and organic, and almost certainly alive, at least in the way that plants are alive, though a couple's wires in there are almost definitely slithering. Malik sits down in front of one of his screens and wakes it with a single swipe of his claws. He gestures you lazily into one of several office chairs. It squeaks as you sit down, and sinks a little under your weight. He proceeds to ignore you and type a list of commands into a text box. Then he pushes himself across to another screen with an alert flashing in one corner. You know what this is all adding up to? He's an IT guy. I figure with all those, semicolons and equals. No, I prefer to be called... Oh? Shit. You prefer to be called old shit? Huh? I have this joke I do where someone calls me a hacker and I say, I prefer the term information specialist. Where's the joke? But now that equal ruin. Oh shit, hacker was totally your next guess. You can't do it again. Nah, moment's gone. No worries. So he's a hacker? That's pretty cool and subversive. You wonder if he's part of Taizia's secret anti-government movement. You almost ask, then stop yourself at the last second. Yeah, you probably don't want to just review that kind of stuff. Whatever Taizia's anarchist leanings are, you aren't going to blab them to this random Cerulean. As much as you love to meet new friends, you really aren't about to throw one under the scuttle buggy for no reason. Yeah, not a lot of blues get down on this sort of thing. Gold bloods are better with tech. They got that living battery noise? You know how it goes. All the gold bloods you've met have been, well, as Deja did have that scouter thing, and Kupram hacked the phone? Or something? Whatever, it was a while ago. Zabidi mostly just liked fanfic. Interesting. You'd think they would have programmed you with cultural stereotypes. Well, as you can see, I'm a Earth robot. Huh? Oh, right, you're a robot. You wonder how a robot is supposed to act. You sit up straighter and think about circuit boards. Yeah, sure. Malik messes around some more on his computer and frowns. Then he frowns some more. Then he reaches down and picks up one of the thick purple wires from the mess on the ground. He pauses. Apparently he isn't sure where to stick it. He glances down and you cross your legs before he can pull your chest up and start searching for external ports. Okay, this just went into uncomfortable territory. Because nope, not happening, dude. Hey, this ain't Chobits. Okay, so don't you be sticking anything in anywhere. You don't have any network connections, so I've got to use an Ethernet. Don't be lame. You aren't trying to be lame. You just don't want things in orifices. Eventually you compromise and let him stick it under your armpit like you are a baby having your temperature taken. You watch him tap away at his screen, marveling at the ludicrous choices you've made in your life that have led you to a troll sticking a wire under your armpit because he can't find your Wi-Fi signal. You sit there as his brow furrows further and his frown gets more pronounced. His annoyance bounces him out of his laid-back, cool guy attitude. A blinking purple light flashes on his piercings. On his piercings? Wow. Those are some high-tech piercings. Fuck, maybe my tech isn't compatible. One of the wires is coming toward you, and for a second you think you've finally found a piece of technology that is actually alive. But then you see a little flicker of movement at the end of it and realize that it's a white snake with beady, intelligent eyes. Ah, a Lucis. Don't be scared, he won't hurt you. He's just checking everything out. You telling me you got a digital snake? Is that what you're saying? Of course not. Why would you be afraid of a giant snake winding up your legs? Everybody is really about your legs. You need to get a pair of pants. Is the snake checking you for artificial parts? Are snakes particularly sensitive to technology? Is it because they're long? Weird. This equals a radical situation. I have no idea what to make of you, dude. Ugh, you feel like such a dickhead. Can you really continue to live this lie? Well, I'm already living many lies, so let's stick with the lie and tell him you are a special kind of robot his instruments can't detect. You're in this to win this. You're writing it out until the end. You tell him that you are actually the latest model of spybot from your alien government. You are so advanced that you are indistinguishable from the real thing. Seriously, you aren't supposed to tell anyone, but you're telling him? Since he's so rad. Oh, this is terrible. You just promised yourself the other day that you stop lying to make yourself look good. Or in this case, make yourself look like a robot. Besides, he's never going to buy it. I knew it. There equals no other explanation. Fascinating. He leans in close enough that you almost tip backward off your chair. He catches your arm. He's surprisingly strong for such a skinny nerd, though you really shouldn't be surprised anymore. Size doesn't correlate to strength with trolls, necessarily. His skin is chilly and his nails press dense into the skin of your arm. It hurts, but not enough to shake him off. He's looking at you so seriously. What? Does he think your eyes are USB ports? You apologize that your robot specs are not the right ones. Malik breaks out of his trance and lets go of your arm. Are you kidding? What am I, some kind of script wriggler? This rules. I won't be the first to crack you, hopefully not literally. Yikes, you have expect him to take out some sort of torture screwdriver to start prying you open? Instead, he gives you another one of those unreasonably flirty smiles. When I'm done with you, I'm gonna own your entire system. Whoa, yeah, whoa. I'm hungry. Are you hungry? With that, he takes off down the steps, jumping the last few and vanishing down into the kitchen. You are left there blinking at his after image. It sounded like he was hitting on you back there, but then he just pranced down the stairs like a bejeweled antelope. You creep down to the kitchen to find him pulling things out of cabinets, opening the fridge with his toes, then slamming it shut with a hard kick so that all the stuff on top rattles. His palm huffs rings and he pulls it out of his pocket, answering it and spitting a bunch of jargon at the person on the other end. He does all of this while rooting around in a drawer of cutlery, talking loud enough to be heard over the rattling. All you know about hacking is that it's usually done by a bunch of greasy dudes with glasses and Dorito dust on their fingers. Usually there's a girl and she's hot. You aren't sure which trope Malik is yet, possibly a combination of all of them. So he's a hot girl and he's also a greasy dude. While he yells at somebody over the phone about blockchain, you take the time to wonder, rather sheepishly, how many other piercings he has and on what parts of his body. Oh, those are not thoughts a friend should have. I haven't tried fucking with robots yet, really. So far, I've only reprogrammed Jones remotely. You realize belatedly that he's no longer on the phone and is instead talking to you. Oh, right. He mentioned something about that earlier with Damon, hacking into Jones to reroute the delivery routes? Heh, yeah, rerouting equal easy. I got almost all my gear that way. All the good stuff equal reserved for blues. Wait, is it Mallek a blue? He laughs and puts a pan on the stove. As if, sure, cerulean equal blue, but barely. Every indigo you meet equal gonna make sure you know it. You want to ask him if you can help him with anything, but you barely know how to cook when you're on your own planet. He pauses with 2 eggs above a mixing bowl. Huh, you like cluck beast embryos? What now? What now? He cracks the eggs. The yolks are purple and runny, gross. Your stomach squirms uncomfortably. Are those just other troll babies that weren't born and became eggs? Oh, my bad. Can you even eat? What? Oh yeah, robot. Of course you can't. Of course you can eat. It wouldn't be a very clever disguise if you couldn't eat, right? Although now that he mentions it, you really haven't been eating as much as you did on Earth. The meals you've had have been few and far between, but you aren't even that hungry. Weird. Oh god, what if you are a robot? Plot twist. Malik is not privy to your existential crisis and therefore keeps cracking eggs. Cluck beast embryos. God, troll words are so ridiculous. Not really. No language equal inherently any more ridiculous than any other subjectively. They should really have programmed that in when they taught you to read Alternian. What? Nobody taught you how to read. You're in Chitter. All your chirps are Alternian. Let me see your palm house. He holds out a hand for your phone. His nails are painted a shimmery black and he has on one of those thick rings that could double as a brass knuckle. You told him that you figure you just had the palm house on the Earth setting, but of course that makes no sense. Nobody here knows about Earth, or about English, for that matter. You're pretty sure it's not even the most commonly spoken Earth language? Nope, no translation software running. Oh my god, I am a robot! And this equal good old-fashioned Alternian. Well, it's not old-fashioned, it's contemporary. That's an idiom. See, if you weren't a robot, this would be really weird. Well, it equals already kinda weird that you're a robot. But your Alternian equal perfect. You want to tell him that your Alternian is in no way perfect. You have literally no idea what is going on. But before you can get the words out, a terrific crash comes from somewhere above you. Malik drops your palm house into the bowl of cluck beast embryos. Dang, my one and only phone, dude. Fuck. Jones. Shit, you don't need this right now. You, a fake robot, have no chance against a real robot. With lasers? Even worse, Malik rounds on you, lips drawn back from his teeth. You! This equal your fucking fault. I did nothing, dude. I'm not a real robot. They must have tracked you here. No other way that they could find this place. I'm off the grid. Well, I'm off the grid too. Well, actually, I'm on the grid because people are stalking me now. You try to point out to Malik that maybe the drones are mad about all the hacking business, but he isn't listening to you. He's shoving his palm house into his pocket and making a leap for the kitchen window. Fuck, can he survive a 10-story job? You aren't sure. One thing's for sure though, you can't. Wow, was that actually a bad end? That was a very convoluted bad end. And it doesn't have any words for me. Well, I guess that was the bad way to befriend him. So I think this was actually probably the right route, so this should be a bad ending. Hey? You murmur a hello while trying not to meet those alarming blue eyes, because although you've amassed quite a cache of high blood holes, what? I would never, well, you know what blue typically means for you, yikes o'clock. You don't love the idea of throwing yourself out of a moving vehicle, but you also don't love being stuck inside of one with a high blood. And past evidence has shown that although wild acts of foolhardy daring end in pain and embarrassment, you have not actually been killed yet. If you didn't die then, you probably won't die now. That is 100% how probability works. Did I really just throw myself out of the car? What the hell? You open the door, and before the troll or his ruffians have a chance to protest, you ollie out of there. You were right. You don't die, but it sucks. Oh, sweet plant. Good God. What? Oh my God. My face has never looked more beautiful. Friendship should always begin with truth, guys. But we know we kind of led with a lie, but you know what? It's not too late. We can still tell the truth now. We are not a robot. You brace yourself. In your experience, dealing with the fall of your deceptions is never pleasant. You expect him to throw you out, or at least get a snake to the face. Instead, Malik just sags back into his desk chair, which settles with a depressed little squeal. He takes his glasses off. What glasses? He never had glasses on. He takes his glasses off and drops them onto his desk, popping at his eyes. It strikes you how exhausted he looks. You thought the dark smudges were eyeliner, but they might be eyeliner and despair. You know, the eyeliner, they come in despair flavors. You wonder if now is the time to start apologizing. You're getting really good at apologies. It's chill. I was the one who grabbed you off the street. You were probably scared of what I'd do to you if you weren't what I hope you were. Well, more like you were worried about the friend opportunity that was swirled down the drain? But yeah, okay. You were also a little scared. You still are. It's a total body-encompassing ambient fear that is always buzzing in the background of everything you do on Alternia. So subliminal that sometimes you wonder if it's the total opposite. The complete absence of fear. That equals deep, man. In retrospect, it equals pretty fucking stupid to assume a robot is going to solve my problems. Very true. In your limited experience, mo robots, mo problems. Yeah, it was something new, you know. Something I haven't tried yet. What is it exactly that he's trying so hard to do? He seems to be pretty well off. What with hacking drones and shit like that. Malik laughs. Yeah, hacking drones. That equal all just bullshit. You not a real IT dude? His Lucis curls around his ankle affectionately. He gives him a little nudge. His palm husk rings and he pulls it out of his pocket and just looks at it for a couple seconds. I can't deal with this right now, come on. He heads down to the lower floor, waiting at the bottom of the steps to see if we are following. You are, albeit nervously. You are having a hard time reading Malik. Maybe it's all the piercings? It gets worse when he calls the elevator and then stands back. After you. Why, so you stab me in the back? You expect swinging blades to come at you, but they don't. You expect Malik to attack, but he doesn't. Just slumps moodily back against the elevator wall and closes his eyes. His palm husk rings again and his jaw tenses. The elevator goes past the lobby, then it goes past the basement, and the sub-basement. Fuck, what's the sub of a sub-basement? Who has a sub-basement? Dude, what? How many floors are we going down? The sub-basement is just a square dungeon-like space, damp trickling down the walls. Your stomach crumples and your heart bounces up into your throat. Oh no, is this Malik's cerulean murder dungeon? A phantom pain presses against your ribs and arm. But Malik just leads you through a gap in the wall that you initially took for a shadow. It opens into a tunnel with rough stone walls and dirt-covered floor. It's clearly man-made, or troll-made. The air grows damper and the sound of rushing water gets closer and closer. The heck? The sewers. You emerge from the tunnel and find yourself on the bank of a wide underground river. Malik sits down on the edge of the overlook. Sit down. Sorry, this equal not as comfortable as the loft. Oh man, Malik brought you to his special place, which is the sewers? I don't know if I call it special, but it equal a place I come a lot. You sit down next to him. You get how this could be pretty zen, just watching the dark water flow by, the walls glow with an eerie bioluminescence, digging craters underneath Malik's tired eyes. Also, he pulls his phone out and shows you the screen. No husk signal. This equal the only place I can really unplug. Kind of relaxing, you know? So why are you so stressed? I still don't quite get what job you do. Oh yeah, you imagine the demands of being an information specialist could really put a dent in your chill. But what kind of information specialist does deliveries? Doesn't make sense. Yeah. You sit there with a rock digging into your ass and allow yourself to appreciate just how deep this gesture of trust really is. Even after you lied to him, he wants to tell you his life story. Fuck, you love life stories. You ask him exactly what he wants with your not existent robot Laurels. He said something about reprogramming drones? Didn't he? Could he be part of the resistance? What? Oh, you mean all that low blood right stuff? Nah. What equal even a point? That's a great way to get cold. But he helped Damon and that other little guy. Yeah, but they're cool, and I was paying them for the services rendered. Roughing you up. He nudges you with his elbow, roughing you up. So far, all I've been able to do equal reroute delivery drones, just some weak sauce shit like that. That equal is a pretty pathetic way to fuck up the system. You aren't sure you get what he's about? Why care about fucking up the system if you don't want revolution? I guess I wouldn't mind revolution. Alternia equal alright. Well, for me, it equal alright. Not for everybody. I'm just so fucking myopic to think I don't have it better than a lot of trolls. And I'm not one of those bulge biters who wank off about the sanctity of the blood and how low bloods deserve what they get. They don't, it blows. I don't blame them for feeling bad or whatever. I just got to worry about myself. That equal all I got energy for. Well, he does seem to be doing pretty okay. Like, he has that sweet pad. Right, yeah. For half a sweep anyway. Maybe, I mean. Then it equal all gone. Everything I've worked for, and I'm up in motherfucking space. Right, the space war. Sounds like a huge drag. Yeah, dude. He tosses a rock into the dark water below. But that equal the plan, right? If I own the drones, I own the whole system. I own the heirs. They all be playing my game with my rules. His eyes glint in the semi-darkness, and so does the little hint of fang when he smiles. His piercings light up like tiny points of fire. You tell him that sure sounds like revolution talk to you. Also possibly villain talk. He grins like you're flattering him. Right, but I'm swept away from that. And other hackers won't. I mean, I work alone. I'm not a fucking psionic. I can't use mine, honey. It won't kill me the way it would a rusty, but I definitely get the runs. And I don't have sweeps. I have months. Maybe pedigrees. You ask him if he thinks things are gonna be really bad for him up there in space. Like I said, I'm not a psychic, so no one equal gonna turn me into a battery. They make me a fucking soldier or a spy. What about his hacker skills? Oh yeah, check out all my illegal activities. Please give me a good assignment. Hell no. Yeah, he couldn't really put that on his resume. If I was a high blood, I could get away with it probably. Or they might think it was cute if I was a low blood. But mid-cast? Equal like, no way. Fuck, there's gotta be something. He pulls out his palm husk and starts frantically tapping away. Wait, you thought he didn't have any signal down here? Yeah, but I got a Wi-Fi hotspot. What the hell, dude? That you're not fully unplugged. What am I, some kind of fucking Luddite? He gestures to one of his earrings. You aren't sure if he means his jewelry is the Wi-Fi hotspot, or if that's a troll gesture for you are an idiot. Hey buddy, you said you were gonna unplug. That's important to your mental health, isn't it? Getting off the internet once in a while? You can't really speak for yourself since you're only very recently become an internet celeb. Malik waves you away. You make a grab for his palm husk. You aren't honestly sure why. Maybe you're trying to be flirty or playful or some shit. Because everybody knows there's nothing more flirty and playful than stealing people's stuff. Bitches love that. You manage to snatch it away, but your floppy fingers fumble and you lose your grip. Okay. Malik's phone sails over the edge of the bank and into the dark waters below. That splash is the sound of your doom and the end of our friendship. Malik stares at the water. Then he stares at you. His mouth moves soundlessly. You threw my tech in the water. Malik puts his hand on your shoulder, somehow against all impossible odds. He's still gonna be chill. Wow, what a guy. Until he threw me in the water. You hit the water before you know what's happening. It isn't freezing, but it sure as hell isn't balmy either. The current grabs you and tugs you under. Ew, and into all that nasty ass water. Your knees and elbows scrape rocks and your dress tangles around your legs and makes it hard to kick back toward the surface. The water is so dark you don't even know where the surface is. Just when you're making peace with the fact that your grave is going to be a watery one, something grabs you from behind and hauls you upward. You gasp down air, choking in more water than anything else. The two strong hands push you up onto the bank, then begin smacking you on the back. You don't think that it'll help you cough up any water, but you do think it's gonna bruise. Dude, why are you shirtless? My bad, dude, that was reflex. You threw my shit in the water, so I threw yours. Dude, are your nips pierced? Good God, you're pierced everywhere. Are you okay? You hack up one more gas of water and give Malik a thumbs up. He's as wet as you are, hair slicked back off his forehead. It makes his eyes look huge and impossibly blue. He jumped in to save your clumsy ass. Well, he threw me in there first, so... His shirt is gone, and hey now, you know the location of 2 more of his piercings. You apologize for grabbing his phone. In retrospect, you should have not tried to be cute at the edge of a river. Yeah, you don't have to try. I mean, fuck. You think I'm cute, dude? Malik flushes. Right now you look like a drowned squeak beast. Sorry I fucked up your rumpus robe. I'll lend you something. Cool, you're kind of over this dress anyway. Hey! Malik twists his claws together. You aren't gonna tell people what I said earlier. I'm not afraid to go off planet. I just, you know. This time you do know. You tell him his secret is safe with you, and if you find any actual robots in your travel, you'll send them his way. Heh, thanks. Here. He helps you to your feet. Damn, it's cold down here. I'll give you something when we get back upstairs, as long as you don't mind wearing my sign. You can't think of anything you like more, honestly. Dude, he totally has piercing on both his nips. Friendship! Hey, why didn't we get a shirt for every person that we befriended? That would have been awesome. Alright, time to befriend scary knife lady over here. Your friendship is going to be rated by how many knives you have. Just watch. You've had such good luck making friends lately that you feel almost popular, but at the same time you feel a strange sense of loneliness that new friendship doesn't seem to penetrate. Maybe being the only one of your species light years away from home is starting to catch up with you, or maybe you're starting to understand why popular kids in movies sometimes seem so sad. A number of trolls now like you, but do any of them truly know you? Oh, so I'm having another existential crisis, huh? What you wouldn't give to hang out with someone you have real history with. Someone with whom you don't have to do the introductory dance of, yes, I'm clearly an alien. No, I don't know what's going on. Someone with whom you could reminisce about old times. Someone you've hung out with more than once. Right now you're on the outskirts of town, and the rocky outcrops surrounding you are familiar. You're pretty sure that the entrance to the brooding caverns is around here somewhere. Your heart beats a little faster. Branya lives close to here. And talk about history, you two know each other deeply from hanging out once and then seeing her again in her ex-mate's Spritz hive. Plus, you have a phone now. You have the power to text first. Did I lose my palm house in the water? Or was that something else? I don't know. You get out the phone Kanai gave you. Look at you go, reading an alien language and operating alien technology just fine. Does it make sense that you've learned how to read a new alphabet in weeks without anyone teaching you? Not really, but maybe your struggles with Spanish class in high school were just a fluke and you've been a secret linguistic genius this whole time. Branya texts you back immediately, giving you directions for how to meet her in the caves. You head down, but before the Jade Blood Hive is in sight, a troll emerges from the shadows. At first you think it's Branya, but you freeze mid-wave when this new troll steps into the light. Branya doesn't wear glasses, and she has never glared at you like that. Oh my gosh, she's gonna knife me. Okay, the knives are already there. What's happening? It's you! I remember you. I don't know you. You were down here a few weeks ago. Well, that part's true. Bothering Branya and distracting her when we almost had a loose stampede? Ouch, is that really how Branya has described your adventures together? Maybe it's silly for something that small to hurt your feelings when another recent friend nearly got you killed in clown church, but you like to think you and Branya formed a real connection. She never made you feel like you were bothering her. A real connection? Is that why you think you can just come down here and text her? Well, I text her first and then I came down here. Holy shit. Is Lianara reading Bryan's messages? Does Branya know she's been doing that? Okay, first of all, how do I even know her? We haven't done introductions yet. That's none of your business. Branya and I are best friends. I'm just looking out for her. She has a lot of Jade Blood responsibilities. It doesn't need anyone shifty coming in to disrupt her. You have to wonder if Branya would agree with the statement made on her behalf, and you sure would like to see her in person and confirm for yourself. Oh, you like that, wouldn't you? Why don't you tell me what is the nature of your relationship? Why should I allow you to hang out with her? As your text messages so boldly suggested. Bluffing has saved your ass in some bleak situations before, but you could also go on the offensive here. You're concerned about Branya's privacy now, and as her friend, maybe you shouldn't just look the other way? Maybe I should. Okay, why did the knives just increase? I just noticed that now. Make wild claims about your friendship with Branya, save yourself, or what right does Lianara have to creep on Bryan's phone? I feel like the second one is better, but I'm gonna make the wild claims first. You and Branya go way back. If Lianara is unfamiliar with your history, it might be because your friendship with Branya predates hers. And actually part of why you texted her today was because your close friendship has recently been getting a little red, you could say. Branya needed someone to step in and fill the hole in her blood pressure left by L-word after all. Considering the changing nature of your relationship, Branya has been even more protective of you than usual lately. Lianara doesn't seem impressed by your astute cultural knowledge, nor does she look intimidated. Her glasses reflect opaque in the murky cavern light as she takes a step closer. Her claws, you've just noticed, are very sharp. Branya is very protective of those she pities. You've got that much right. If you're telling the truth, and I don't know what you are, or I don't know that you are, maybe she would want to protect you. If she knew that you were here. Oh my god, the knives are at maximum power now. Oh fuck, you fucked up. If Lianara intercepted Bryan's phone, then Branya has no idea you reached out, and you could be disposed of with none the wiser. Oh no. Look what you made me do. Oh my gosh, she's gonna murder me. You had no idea someone in a skirt that long could move so fast. Okay, I now understand that the knives were murder levels apparently. This is quite possibly the most murderous J blood ever, right? Or is she J blood? Yeah, whatever. What? Anyway, right. I can't even talk anymore. What right does Lianara have to creep on Bryan's phone? None. That's what. The knives are at 3 right now, so let's tread carefully. You puff up with all the self-righteousness you can muster. The nature of your relationship with Branya is between you and Branya, and you're not doing anything suspicious by wanting to see your friend. In fact, it seems a lot more suspicious that Lianara is trying to intercept anyone who messages Branya? What possible reason could she have to justify that? Well, I never. As I said before, I am Bryan's best friend. I take our relationship, my responsibilities as a friend, very seriously. You press the issue, narrowing your eyes and crossing your arms over your chest. Her responsibilities as a friend, huh? Sounds kind of fishy. Fishy? Are you serious right now? Are you really coming down here making fish puns? Like some kind of sea dweller? I mean, that was like barely a fish pun. That is so suspicious. Who knows what Branya decided to show you when you tricked her into trusting you? Not that we have anything to hide, but who knows? If you're at all associated with sea dwellers, then we have a pretty big problem on our hands, don't we? You've heard of sea dwellers by now, but none of your friends have talked about them much. Mostly you've gathered that they dwell in the sea. You don't know why it would be extra bad for you to be one of them, but it's clear you need to backpedal. Are we gonna befriend a sea dweller? Is there a sea dweller? I don't remember. Before you can try to disown your choice of fish-related phrasing, Lianara advances on you. Obviously, I can't let you talk to Branya now. You're way too suspicious. I think you and I should have a private conversation instead. At least your life is uneventful when you're unconscious. Hey, it was only at 4 knives. She can't kill me yet. When you come to, you're sitting on a chair with your wrists tied. As your eyes adjust to the darkness, you realize that you're in a smaller cave than the big open caverns that led to the Jade Blood Hive. A light switches on, and you can see that the cave walls are lined with bookshelves, and there's a desk in the corner. There are books and notebooks and bulletin boards with what looks like outlines and study guides pinned to them. And in front of you is Lianara, holding a knife. That's the final knife, that's the 5th knife, but hold up. Why is there blood in this place? What the hell? Oh good, you're awake. Hey, oh, what the hell? She took her knife out and then one of the knives at the top of the screen decreased. What? The hell? Does that mean? I don't know. This is my study cave. In the Jade Blood Hive, it's harder to concentrate because people break the rules and I get irritated, so I come here to do homework. That's all. Just homework. Homework is code word for murders. When you take a second look at the bulletin boards, you see that a lot of what Lianara has pinned up are pictures of Branya. Oh crap, Branya, I think you got a stalker. There are a few pictures of Lianara and Branya together, but it's mostly just Branya by herself, and even a couple blurry photos of Branya and L-word. What are you looking at? There's nothing to see here. She brandishes the knife in your face, and okay, yeah, sure, now she and her gigantic knife have your full attention and you're not looking at her creepy Branya shrine anymore. I brought you here because your messages to Branya were highly suspicious. I don't know you, and I don't trust you. You could be trying to see Branya for nefarious purposes. So I brought you here to vet you. Now we can talk about what your real intentions are. So you're definitely going to die in this cave, held captive by an unhinged J-Blood who was convinced of your guilt from the moment you dared to text her best friend. That kind of sucks. You tried so hard and you got so far, but in the end, it didn't even matter. Oh, Linkin Park. Oh, come on. Stop playing the victim. If anyone is the victim here, it's me. I tried so hard to be there for Branya as her best friend, but she doesn't even... Lynera stops abruptly. You see her lower lip start to tremble before she turns her face away from you. The sharp tip of the knife pointed at your throat drips a bit. Its dejected swing takes it dangerously close to your navel, and you try to subtly lean backwards in your chair. Lynera interprets the noise of distress that escapes your mouth as a noise of sympathy. It's fine though. Really, it's fine. Our friendship is great. I wouldn't change anything about it. It's fine as long as she doesn't have any other friends. Creep. Because I'm her best friend. I should be the only one she needs. Lynera's knife is now completely lowered, pointing at the floor. Hey, she just lost another knife. That gives you some hope. She seems to have forgotten about her seed dweller suspicions. Maybe if you can keep her talking about Branya, the whole stabbing notion can be taken off the table, and she might even let you go? You rack your brain for all the knowledge of alternative relationship dynamics that you've managed to compile during your time on this planet. Best friends. They have a special word for that, right? You tell Lynera that you're sure Branya doesn't need anyone else. If she and Branya are Morales, then Lynera must be very special to her. What? I never said we were Morales. That's not even the quadrant I want her in. I mean, never mind that. How dare you make assumptions? Oh god, the knife went back up, I think. Hello, knife point again. Oh shit, all you meant to say was that you thought her relationship with Branya was probably fine. You figured they must be in a quadrant together because you're a clueless alien, you're bad. I get why you would think that. Ugh, it's probably so obvious that the knife went down, so it's all good. My feelings for her are very red. Lynera hangs her head and her shoulders shake. Tears roll down her cheeks, dripping onto her crisp shirt collar and a knot of her jade green tie. I know I don't have a chance. She doesn't think of me that way. I'm her loyal friend and second in command. That's all I will ever be to her no matter what. And I try to do a really good job at being her best friend. Because what else can I do? If I'm her best friend, then at least I'm still in her life. At least I mean something to her. Yes, keep going, the knives are going down. Maybe it's the fact that Lynera's knife hasn't come close to any of your major arteries for a hot minute. Or maybe it's the tears. Either way, you feel sympathy encroaching on the monopoly that abject terror had previously maintained in your brain's economy. You've acted as a verbal sounding board or a sympathetic ear for some of your other troll friends while they dealt with crises of various kinds. Slipping into the role of therapist for someone who's holding you hostage at knife point is a new one for you, but unfortunately, it's not that much of a stretch. It seems like young trolls on Alternia have to deal with these heavy life issues by themselves, feeling so alone that they're willing to turn to an alien stranger to help them work things out. Then again, maybe life is that grim and isolating for human teenagers too, and you just never noticed before. Maybe everyone's too mired in their own shit to look up and realize that the movie's fecal matter is waist high for everyone around them too. You clear your throat and speak with as much consoling gentleness as you can muster while your head still throbs from where Lynera knocked you out. It seems like trying to be Bryan's best friend isn't making Lynera very happy. Of course it isn't making me happy. Oh god, the knife will back up. I can't keep her from having other friends no matter how hard I try. And she's amazing, so of course everyone wants to be her friend. Including you, apparently. Okay, the knives are slowly going up again. You barely even had a chance to miss that knife before it's waving around again. Yikes. Your friendship with Branya is nothing like her relationship with Lynera. You don't count as any kind of competition. Branya is one of many friends to you, and while you cherish her and support her endeavors, you appreciate the joy and fulfillment that can come from having many different friends instead of depending on a single person to meet all of your emotional needs. Sounds fake. Why would I ever want any friends besides Branya? She is my whole world. Okay, the knives are going up. Maybe something else. Okay, but it seems like it's painful for Lynera to be relying on Branya to be her whole world when Branya isn't doing the same in return. Has Lynera ever talked to Branya about any of this? No. Never. I'm terrified to tell her how I feel. Being her best friend feels awful. But losing her would be so much worse. I can't take that risk. Does Branya even know she exists? I mean, like, I feel like I'm hearing your side of the story, Lynera. But if Lynera never talks to Branya about her feelings, she'll always be unhappy because she wants more. Even if she thinks that it's unlikely that Branya feels the same way, maybe open communication with her friend could help Lynera process her feelings and move on, and maybe not murder me. You know that Lynera has a big heart, blood pusher, and many fine qualities, and she doesn't deserve to be stuck in this unhappy, unrequited relationship purgatory forever. Wow. You really think I have fine qualities? Fine qualities, yeah. You try very hard not to think about the glint of that knife. Sure, Lynera has positive qualities. She seems loyal and well organized and studious and caring. I don't know where you grabbed that from, but okay. Some troll out there is going to want the same kind of closeness from her that Lynera is looking for, and she owes it to herself to take actions that could lead to happiness instead of being stuck in a sad situation forever. I don't know. Maybe you're right, or maybe you're wrong. But I don't want to move on. Even if I know I should. I just want to be with Branya forever. Lynera crumples to the ground, dropping the knife and sobbing into her hands. It's hard to watch someone in this much distress and not want to help them, but on the other hand, her misery has distracted her, and this might be your only chance to try and escape. Well, I actually think comfort might be the road here, considering we want to make friends, but gotta get the bad ending, so let's attempt escape. You look around and see if there's anything within reach that you could use to free your bound hands. On the desk a few feet away, you spot a spiral-bound notebook with a nasty-looking edge on its binding. You scoot your chair over, doing your best not to make any noise, but Lianara is too busy wailing to notice regardless. You get hold of the notebook and saw through the rope on your wrist. That is some crazy binding. It was so hard to watch her and Elward together. Elward doesn't deserve her, he was so mean. I know she's a Cerealia, but I swear if she shows her face in the cameras again, I will go straight for her primary spurt artery. It's a good reminder that Lianara is dangerous. You saw faster and success. Your hands are now untied. Lianara's back is turned to you while she gets up from the floor, and you take a quick look at the notebook in your hands. It seems to be a carefully annotated and organized scrapbook/diary chronicling Lianara's friendship with Branya. On the one hand, it's a bit creepy in the context of how you're still held hostage by the person who made this, but on the other hand, it does pull at your heartstrings. But you keep a firm grip on those heartstrings, because you still got to get out of here. When Lianara turns back to face you, you leap from your chair brandishing the scrapbook in front of you like a shield. If she comes any closer with that knife, you can destroy the scrapbook in an instant with your acidic spit. That's right, your alien anatomy has destructive powers that can vaporize Lianara's precious Branya memories in seconds. No, you can't. What are you doing? How dare you touch that book? For a terrifying second, you think she might lunge at you, but then Lianara steps to the side, giving you a straight shot to the cave exit. As you scuttle your way towards freedom, you remember your phone. Lianara took it from you when she knocked you out, and you don't know how you could possibly get another one. No way. I'm not giving you anything you might use to contact Branya. I won't have you messaging her behind my back and trying to replace me as her best friend. It seems like nothing you said when you were tied up had any impact on her at all. Maybe forcing people at knifepoint to be your therapist doesn't result in quality therapy. You still feel bad for her, but it's time to break out the big guns. If Lianara doesn't return your phone, you will find another way to reach Branya, and you'll tell her everything. Not only the lowdown on Lianara's stalking and kidnapping tendencies, but also the truth about how Lianara feels about her. Lianara gapes at you, her eyes fill with tears again, but she hands over your phone. The knives are at full capacity here. I can't believe how cold you are. I thought that maybe we were bonding, that maybe I could start to trust someone other than Branya. I feel like that's not really something I want, because that's just gonna fixate on me. But you didn't mean a single word of all the things you said. Lianara's face twists and contorts between rage and grief. When you make the phone/scrapbook trade, she drops the knife in her other hand and clutches the scrapbook to her chest like it's one of the wigglers in the J Blood nursery. You don't feel guilty for doing what you had to do to escape unharmed, but you can't help but wish that you had been able to actually help her. It's clear to me now. Branya is the only friend I will ever have. God, that's quite a face. Look, one therapy session ain't gonna help her. She needs more than that, like a lot more. I'm just gonna state this now, but I'm pretty sure by becoming friends with her will make us become her new fixation, which is a bad idea, but we have to do it because we have to be friends with her. So we're gonna attempt to comfort her. You remember what you did for Polipa when she was upset. Sitting in a chair with both hands tied behind you doesn't make for ideal shush-papping conditions, but maybe you can approximate the gesture? Lynera is huddled crying on the floor, and you think you could maybe get close enough to lean your knee against her back or something. Hopefully that would be interpreted as the same way as the classic palm the cheek move. I don't think so, but let's improvise here. You inch your chair closer to her, but you lose your balance and wobble and then topple forward. Lynera's discarded knife is, oh god, right there, sharp edge ready to plunge right into your incoming soft body. But then Lynera moves quickly and grabs your chair and saves your life. Oh shit, that was a close one. You really could have died. She stares at the knife with huge round eyes, clearly shaken up by your near-death experience just now. Considering how often you nearly die these days, you feel more blasé about it, but you're glad it's having an impact on her if it makes her rethink the whole kidnap and stab thing. I'm so sorry. Well, this is a 180. I don't want you to actually die. I saw what you were doing with that chair when you fell. You were trying for the traditional seated front hinge shush pap. That's a thing? I don't think this is a thing. Because I was upset. It was very kind of you to try and console me. I never really thought you were a sea dweller, Maybe what I'm doing is wrong. Yeah, maybe just a smidge. Lynera says her jaw with conviction and with one slash, oh my god, cuts you free of your bonds. One slash. You catch your feet, stumbling a bit because your leg fell asleep. You can't believe you're getting out of this situation without any blood loss. You feel positively elated by this turn of events, but Lynera still looks sad. You're free to go. You must think the worst of me after all this. Just a little bit. Well, you're not gonna lie, this wasn't the best start to our friendship you've ever had, but horrifyingly enough, it also wasn't the worst. You feel for Lynera and you want to show her how a real friend-making aficionado gets out there and meets people. You think making new friends could help her feel less clingy about Branya? You could be my apprentice. How about that, Lynera? Oh, you would really do that for me? I'm not so sure about new friends, but you do seem to know what you're talking about. You don't know where to go with Lynera to teach her how to make new friends. She's probably a bit too uptight to enjoy the music clubs you've been to, and you don't think that troll studying in the book hive would take kindly to a lot of loud, friendly conversation? You decide to go to the cafe that Elwood introduced you to. Thankfully, they're not having an excessive bodily force poetry night. Oh, what a disappointment. Since you're not sure that would be Lynera's scene, she's more like into poetry stabbing night. There are a number of ceruleans here, but you also spot a few indigos and teals and a cluster of defiant-looking olive bloods with some yellows, all sitting together. The crowd is overall less pierced and undercutted than it was when you were here with Elwood, and the vibe is laid back, with all the trolls just sitting around and quietly chatting. You order why the knife's still there? Lynera, put the knives, leave them at home. You order the drinks, already taking for granted your newly acquired skill in reading troll language. Lynera is fidgeting when you sit down with her. This may come as a shock to you, but I don't get out of the caverns very much. I don't have time. There's so much to learn about Jade blood life and troll reproduction, and Branya needs my help to maintain order. It's not very often that I have to interact with trolls of other blood colors. You're not sure what's making her uncomfortable? The trolls around here that are lower than her on the hemo spectrum, or those that are higher. You've worked out by now that Jades are right in the middle, so maybe Lianara identifies with neither the haves nor the have-nots. From what you remember, neutrality is a big concept with Jades. You assure Lianara that it's natural to be a little nervous. Most people feel like they're stepping out of their comfort zone when they make a new friend. If there's one thing you've learned as Alternia's resident friend-making expert, it's that terror and embarrassment are par for the course, but it's worth it in the end. I'm not nervous or embarrassed. It's just, I don't know. Everyone seems disorganized and suspicious and untrustworthy and unknown. You have to bite your lip to keep from laughing. It's not even funny. It's just that Lianara is hissing all her words and leaning in towards you and glaring at the rest of the room, and the overall effect is weirdly endearing. Like someone put a 1950s school uniform on a feral cat, I guess. Before you can try again to reassure her, a new troll ambles up to your table. She looks friendly. That's a friendly amble. She's wearing glasses and carrying a book bag and has a teal symbol on her chest, so she might be a nerd like Lynera. This could be a good new friend match. Who the hell is this? New friend? Literally new friend. New friend. Hi guys! I think I've seen you around before. Do you also study at the book hive? You open your mouth to invite this new friend to sit down. Before you can respond, Lynera interjects. That's not any of your business, is it? Why do you even want to know? Obviously, anyone who goes to the book hive to study goes there for peace and quiet. So why would you think you can bother us just because you recognize us from there? God, you're so terrible at making friends. Okay, jeez. My bad, never mind. See you around, never. Bye-bye, new friend, not. And just like that, a golden opportunity for friendship has gone up in a puff of smoke. What was Lynera thinking, being so rude? Doesn't she want to learn how to make friends? I changed my mind, okay? There's no way I could be friends with any of the people here. I don't know them, not like I know you. We clearly just met like minutes ago, really. You're surprised to hear that Lynera feels so positive about you when she was ready to stab you an hour ago. I'm telling you, I bet Branya doesn't even know who she is. She takes your hand in both of her hands, squeezing your fingers tight. I know we didn't get off to a great start, and that's my fault, but I can make it up to you. We're friends now, and we'll be friends forever. And I will coat anyone who ever even thinks about trying to fuck with you. This is not quite the lesson you hoped to teach her about making friends, but maybe with her fierce loyalty and possessive streak spread out between you and Branya, Lynera can be a little more low-key about being a friend to you both. The determined look in her eyes and the ominous glint of her glasses don't scream low-key, but change doesn't always happen overnight, and you believe in second chances. You believe that Lynera will be capable of healthy friendship someday. Yeah, maybe someday. Oh god, look at the way friendship is typed there. Good god. That is the most murderous friendship I have ever seen. And look at that expression. Oh, good god. Whoa, that was quite a pair we just befriended there. Malik was a cool dude. I still don't understand what he does. Okay, he says he's an information specialist, but he hacks drones to deliver stuff. So, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. He's also not part of the resistance. So, I just don't know what the heck. But Lynera here is a bit cuckoo. And I really don't think she's actually... Okay, she says she's second in command. So clearly, Branya has to know who she is, but considering how you know, quickly she warmed up to us after wanting to murder us, just like in a mere hour ago, I have a feeling Branya doesn't really know her all that well. Maybe she knows her by name, maybe she knows her by face, but like that's it. I don't even think she's actually her best friend. So, you know, it's not a very healthy dynamic going on there. So we can need like a couple more therapy sessions thrown there while we're busy befriending other people, because clearly she's not going to be a very good apprentice to our friendshipping skills, because it's just not going to work. Okay, but in any case, that was it for volume 11 of Hiveswap Friendsim, and there's going to be, I think it's 18 in total. I can never remember. I think it's 18 in total. So we're like over halfway to making these friends, and I'm really curious to see how in the end how this is all going to tie up, because I feel like if it's just going to be like introducing us these trolls and then they like never appear in any way in the other acts, it's gonna be a bit of a disappointment. So hopefully it comes into play somehow, but I don't know how that's gonna work, and I don't even know when Act 2 is gonna come out. It's just gonna be waiting until it actually does. But anyway, for now, that's it for volume 11. So thank you guys so much for watching this. Let me know what you think about these two trolls that we befriended, and I will see you guys in the next video.